Yo, what's going on, guys? Dingus Dongs here, and today we have a brand new story time for you guys here. This is probably my fifth one ever, but yeah, so I won't be that much of a pro at it. But all I gotta say is that if you guys do enjoy this, you guys want to see more type of content story times, please leave a comment down below because the 507 moments will be on a little like break for a little bit, so don't expect to see much of those in the near future. But yeah, so this story time, like you guys read in the title, is three times where I almost died, but I'm only going to be explaining two of them. And also, tell me which one you guys think is a closer one to me dying, quote unquote. But yeah, okay, so 3 or 4 years ago, not weeks, 3 or 4 years ago, I wasn't the brightest kid on the block whatsoever, and we were on a road trip about an hour away to go visit some of my family. And we usually do this about once or twice a year. It's not really that much of a difference. But so as usual, we would stop at this certain restaurants in this certain like spot at, and for like a bathroom break to get some food, candy, all that stuff. And this time my mom brought some like cinnamon disc candy. No, sorry, not cinnamon disc, honeycomb, whatever it's called, butterscotch. Yeah, that one. Candy, and I love butterscotch candy for some reason. They're just super good to me. But yeah, so everyone got out of the car, and I was like one of the final ones out. So my smart ass decided to go and get one of those candies out of the bag because they were sitting right in the middle of the car. And I did, and I popped that thing right in my mouth, and I went inside. And so me and my brother are sitting at this table in the middle of the restaurants. And yeah, so he says a joke when something funny happens, and I start laughing, and I looked my head and I lifted my head up, and yeah, the thing slid right down into my throat. Now it was kind of lucky because I did like bite it or something like that. It was in my mouth for a little bit, but yeah. So the second that happened, it was a solid 2 seconds. I was just sitting there, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm choking. So I sprinted all the way to the bathroom to where my dad was, and I couldn't breathe whatsoever. So I was out here feeling like George. Sorry, I kind of got off topic there. Sorry about that. Yeah, but I was just ran all the way to my dad, and I couldn't breathe whatsoever. And I was panicking, and I couldn't talk, and I'm just pointing at my throat. Though my dad is confused, and he slaps my back because I don't think he knew what to do either. But yeah, that actually helped because I could breathe a tiny bit, enough to not go unconscious or anything. But yeah, so he hits my back, and it was just enough for me not to go unconscious. And then he takes me outside, and my brother too. And now we're just staying there on the curb. And then he's like, "Are you okay?" I go, "I think so." Well, I'm not dying, am I? And yeah, so my mom comes outside, and she just sees me gasping and coughing, all that stuff. But and my dad tells her what happened, and since I could kind of breathe, we could we continued our trip since I could breathe, and I wasn't dying, but I could still feel that thing in my throat, and I knew it was my throat still. And so now we're just in the car. My mom's checking on me every few minutes, and yeah, we're about half a block away to where oh my gosh, I puked it out. Yeah, I puked it out right onto the car's carpet, just right there, right then, about half a block away, and I puked it out. And the first thing I saw in it was that little honeycomb. Not why am I saying honeycomb? Butterscotch candy, and has like a little like hole like on the side of it. And I believe that's where the saliva and all that stuff like just I don't know exactly like eroded it away. But yeah, so that's what I saw. I'm just looking at it amazed, and my mom was like, "Did you just throw up?" And I just said, "I don't feel so good." And I remember saying that. It was actually pretty funny in my head. But yeah, we got there. Nothing important happens after that. But my family did call me Candyman for the next 3 months. Now this next story right here is not as bad, but it's still like enough to mention that to where I almost died because it wasn't as like, I don't know, as panicky and like as sudden as the other one. But for some reason mosquitoes, yes, those little tiny little rodent things that no one loves whatsoever. I don't think they help the world out either. But yeah, but they just still love my blood and they still do. And I used to get really bad reactions from them too. But yeah, this summer was a little different. And for some reason I get a new bite like every other week or so. And one day I woke up and there was a bite on my pinky, and I hated that because when they're like on like the little tips of your toes, pinkies, whatever, they're like the worst because you can't do the stuff that you wish you could do as as much without having to like make it itch. And yeah, so there's a bite on my pinky, and there was like a tiny little red line going down. So we didn't. My mom. I told my mom about it. She didn't think anything of it at first. But yeah. So a day goes by, and we started speculating that the line moved. So to compensate, my mom drew a like got a permanent marker and drew a line where like the tip of it was. And then I went to bed. She actually, she put some medicine on it. I went to bed, and I woke up. The, it was like now down like a little past my elbow, and yeah. So this was happened at like nighttime too. My mom looked at it, and since she didn't want to drive all the way to the town over for the hospital, she just told my dad to do it, and he did. And this is at nighttime. It's at the end of the month, and cops are always out. And my dad was only going like 5-ish over, and he got pulled over. He handles a cop really well and perfectly, and he should. I had to show my finger to like I was in like a little excuse, and yeah, the cop was super cool about it. It was awesome, and yeah, so he continues to go 5 over. He did not care, but yeah, so this time it's super long of a ride and all that stuff. And I'm getting tired, but like in those movies where it says if you go to sleep, you like die or it gets worse or anything like that. Something like that happens. So yeah, I didn't like sleep until we got to the hospital. When I asked my dad, "Hey dad, I'm tired. Can I go to sleep?" He goes, "Yeah, you're fine." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I go to sleep in the hospital because it's super boring in there too. And it's a super long line. And yeah, so the doctor finally calls us in. I wake up, I go in there, and then he looks at the line. He goes, "Oh, okay. So if that line reached your heart, you would have died." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, if that line reached your heart, you most likely would have died. And he didn't tell me like what bit me. I don't think he knew either. But he just gave me some medicine, and then he also gave me a shot. And I hate needles, so I was more scared of the needle than dying. Like I was such a pansy. I would rather die than take a shot. But yeah. So the next morning, the line was gone. Everything was fine, and I look at my arm. That's chilling. All my bites are gone. Like they're all just chilling. And yeah, I'm vibing. My mom was happy about it too, cause I told her about it. She was like, "Wait, what?" Okay, so that's good to take into note. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. And also, this gameplay is my best Wrecking Ball like game I've ever played because I'm also a Wrecking Ball main in this game. So yeah, if you guys have a problem with the ball, screw you. You guys can unsubscribe. I do not care. Um, as always, smash the like button. And yeah, that's really it. Goodbye. I don't know.